Happy Sunday, guys. Yes, we're late. There was some pre drinking going on. I'm just kidding. But thank you all for being here tonight. We have a big show, guys. It is Sunday, but unfortunately, it's going to be the last live show of the weekly comic wrap up for 2023. That's right. The next two Sundays is holidays. We've got Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, family. You know how it is, guys. I got to be with the family, but stay tuned. Tons of content will be dropping during this time as well. But I will be back January 7th. That's right. January 7th, weekly comic wrap up, number 30, episode 30. And it's going to be with Red Hood. Yes, that's right. Red Hood's going to be joining me in the new year. And of course, you might recognize Red Hood from today's guest channel. So we will get into that in just a bit. But guys, I don't want to keep her backstage for too long because I'm pumped. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So, without further ado, you know her from Nearing Nerdvana, Lords of the Long Box with TiVo and the gang. But of course, guys, the lovely Miss Birdcity. How are you?
I'm muted. Hi guys. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this all week, so I'm pumped.
There you go. It's a pleasure. And thank you for hopping on because, yes, we actually have never had the opportunity to hang out up until right now. So this is the first. There you go.
We're fixing that problem. We're fixing that issue. So here we go.
And let's put it out there. Last live show of the year and first female on the channel. Look at you. You're killing it.
Wow. I feel very special now. Okay. I didn't know all that. So even better.
I think this is what a double key episode if we're going to use any comic terms. But thank you for hopping on. Of course, like I said, Nearing Nerdvana, you guys are doing your thing, crushing it. The crew is on fire. You have a great, lineup of people there. You've even got Team Nerd Herd who's there. You've got Trish herself who hops on pretty often. Trish Forstner, I love her stuff. So always a pleasure to see her there.
Yeah, the girls are awesome. I'm very lucky to be part of Comic Book Women. Then we have Long Story Short. Red Hood's always popping in and out of different shows. We have a really great crew over there. Just a lot of really positive energy and people that enjoy comics. There's not a lot of drama. It's just fun,
Yep. Of course. And then, of course, with TiVo, Lords of the Long Box, you guys always, crushing it. It goes without saying, one of my favorite channels to watch because I love the market stuff, right? You're doing your thing over there. I know that this week there was no shakers, so we'll do some of that tonight with cover price lists. There you go. So this is not new to you. This is something you're very familiar with. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you again for hopping on. And of course, like I was saying, Miss Birdcity, of course, the misses to Mr. Birdcity, Anthony, of course. Exclusives doing awesome. I remember last year I freaked, and I'm curious to hear what your feeling was when 8 Billion Genies, that one took off. We spoke Trish, right? That one exploded on the second.
Yeah, but it took a while for that book to explode. Like we sat on so many copies. When we first launched it was like lukewarm. Some people bought it. They're like, all right, that was again, all Anthony. He had this idea in his head that he wanted to do that homage and he wanted the yellow and all that jazz. But it didn't sell right away. And then overnight, I guess news broke and we woke up and they were completely sold out and they just took off from there. It was a slow burn though initially.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was insane. I remember I've got my Dark Ride. It's the Mario Kart homage. I picked that up directly from the website. I did that. Yes, even up in Canada. The shipping hurt, but it was worth every penny.
That's a good one. That was Trish. I mean, she's really great.
Yep, absolutely. But speaking of exclusives, you guys have tons more. You have this one right here that's available right now. This is Cobra Commander, limited to 1,000. Cobra Commander #1. I'm excited because the Energon universe has been awesome. Probably one of my favorites right now. And you've got John Jiang on this one, which is badass.
Yeah, we got very lucky. With these type titles, I don't know if people know this, we weren't able to pick our artists. You kind of they announce who's going to be available, and then whoever gets it first gets it. So we just got very, very lucky that we got them both for this and for Duke.
Yes, the Duke one is also still available, but another nice one that's available is the Ultimate Spider-Man #1, limited to 1,000. This is the Virgin. There's also the trade that has a limited 3,000 print, which is also equally as nice. But this one right here by Alan Kwa, I'm pumped for the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. Anybody who watches me knows I'm a spider geek completely. So this one's a banger. I love it.
Don't you just love his work in general? Like, I find his covers so interesting. There's so much to look at. They're just very intricate and complex, and
Yep.
I like that and stuff.
Yeah, but let's talk about the most recent one. Now we spoke 8 billion genies. This right here, Moon Man #1, right? Kid Cudi is up
Yes.
in a comic.
Kid Cudi is making his debut, which is so interesting. But again, this was Anthony. He's like, Laura, I want to do like a Jumpman look. And I was like, really? I'm like, are you sure that's going to do well? I don't know. And I was kind of skeptical. And this thing sold out like fast. So I don't know if it was just the fact that it's a really cool cover or that it's Kid Cudi or both, but it was kind of the perfect storm for this one. And
Yep.
yeah, it's gone.
And it's limited to 500. So I got curious. It sold out very quickly. And I was like, let's see what this is already doing on the secondary market. Not bad. We're already
Oh,
here.
wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn. I don't even look at this stuff. So like this is the first time seeing this. Like I haven't looked into the aftermarket, but that's awesome. That's
Yep.
absolutely awesome. Anthony again just killed it on this one.
He did. And anybody who had the opportunity to pick one up, congratulations, because I mean, this is a banger of a cover already at $106 Canadian, $93 Canadian. Not bad. That's pretty good.
Hold on. Anthony's telling me a little tidbit. What is it? He wants to tell you guys something.
Come on in.
Since you're talking so many good things about the books that we dropped.
He's like, I just happened to walk
This
in.
is the first time we're gonna say it, and I want to say it with you.
Let's do it.
Okay. This is official info. Moon Man #2, we're doing another homage.
Oh,
Not a Jumpman, but it's gonna come out around the time of Super Bowl. Can you remember an iconic catch of a football player that came out somewhere around the time of Super Bowl?
oh. Just tell me at this point, because now you're like, I can think of a few.
I don't
of
know
them.
either.
I can think of a few of them.
The
Let's go.
OBJ? The OBJ?
Really?
I don't know what that is.
We're working on an homage for the OBJ catch for
No
Moon Man
way.
issue 2.
That's awesome. Now,
So then nobody knows that.
Nobody
I
knows
didn't
about the
even know
concept. No, this is where I'm dropping it right here.
I'm going to keep an eye out for that one, because if this one sold out so quickly, I could only imagine the next one.
Yeah, I have a
huge.
feeling this whole series is going to do really well. I mean, it's Kid Cudi. How could it not? But I didn't even know that. So you just heard information that I just learned too. I guess we're doing that for issue 2.
There you go. See, I feel equally as loved as you do right now, because he shared that with me at the same time as you. So there you go.
Yeah,
Anthony,
this is like we're
appreciate
all
you.
learning.
Appreciate you, brother. But let's get into the show. We're going to say hi to the chat real quick. And of course, Michael Baker guessing a 709. No, 709 is when he was here in the chat. So appreciate you being here first. Stick around. We've got Baker Shakers tonight. That's for sure. Newbie Comics in the house. My brother Newbie, love you, miss you. I haven't seen him in person in almost, well, it's a little over a year, man. So we need to get together sometime real soon. But appreciate you, bro. Then you got Spine Ticks, of course. Sith Lordly in the house. My brother had another killer show last night. I caught the replay this morning because, yes, I was out last night. It was not a wedding, I promise. I know Italians, weddings, we have plenty. That wasn't the case. JF's in the house. Yes, JF, appreciate you being here. Brother Lefteros, yes. Going to go through some of the FOC picks of the week this week. There's quite a few good ones, guys. I'm really pumped to go through that with all of you. Hyper Combo Comics is here. My guest who was here last week had a great show. Local bestie of mine, so appreciate you, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I called you a bestie on stream. That's a first. So there you go. Laura, you know this guy?
Never heard of him. Nemesis Prime.
Yeah.
Never ring any bells. Sorry.
No idea. But I've never seen Nemesis and this guy in the room at the same time. It's very interesting. But of course, shout out to him. Joel's in the house. Appreciate you being here. Of course, Captain Obvious Comics is here, coming to hang out with myself and you. So that means a lot. Steph's Comics, another local boy here in Montreal, doing great things. Definitely go check him out on Instagram. He's posting tons of great stuff. We got Bebop Zoo Books. Yes, there he is. My favorite. Appreciate you being here. We got Comic Ozzy. What up, Paisan? Yes, brother Ozzy's in the house. Bird-City. I'm a big fan. Yes, of Miss Bird-City.
He's biased. Little biased.
A little bit. I think it's just a name thing. Yeah, maybe it's just a name thing. You got Paul in the house. Paul in the 619. You got Sheena. Yes, appreciate you being here. Who else we got here? I'm hoping I catch everybody, but you got Bobby. Yeah, in the house. So appreciate you being here. Gear Up 260. Guys, go subscribe. He's actually giving away a free copy, the slab in a 9/8, the Ramos cover of Spider-Man 7. So subscribe, show some love, and definitely check him out. You got Couchin' and Slouchin' with C Bizzle in the house. Who else we got here? We got Audi Russell in the house. Cali Comics is here. Man, everybody's showing up to show some love. There you
I know,
go.
this is awesome. I recognize so many of the names too.
7 Magic 7. Jolando, you are on fire. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Cali Comics, we've said hi. I think I got almost everybody. I hope so. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Rome Alone is here. You got Comic Chic in the house. Laura is a beast. Way to rep BBC.
I will do my best, and I will try. I will try to rep us.
There you go. All right. So, Laura, let's kick it off. We're going to get into the FOC picks of the week this week. But before we get started, like I ask everybody, are you ready?
I'm so ready. I'm excited.
Let's do it. All right, so FOC picks of the week by Lefteros. So if you guys aren't already, definitely go check him out. And of course, check out Cover Price because, yes, he's writing the articles for FOC and New Comic Book Day where he puts out even more information than you would find on Instagram. That being said, go visit comicnation.us and use discount code BlackCrown for an additional 5% off on your FOC order. So, first book up is Avengers Twilight #2. I don't know if you had the opportunity to read #1, but likely the introduction of James Stark as Iron Man. And I'm loving Chip Zdarsky on everything he touches. So far, so good here.
No, I agree. He's kind of on fire. The only thing I've read recently of his was the Daredevil run, but I liked that. And I'm a fan of Alex Ross. So this is kind of a win-win for me. Ooh, Ant might do a giveaway if we share enough.
Jeez. Moon Man. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but you're like, he always holds back some for damages, but you never know. Maybe we could.
No, I appreciate you. Honestly, Anthony, you don't have to do that. I really appreciate it. But yes, definitely worthy of a pickup. Beautiful Alex Ross cover, and there's a few other ones as well, so definitely check those out. But moving on from this book, we've actually got Edge of Spider-Verse 1. I always feel like, didn't we just hear Spider-Verse stuff was going to come to an end? But no. We're back. Edge of Spider-Verse, #1, the Scotty Young variant. There's a few nice ones. There's a Derek Chu one. There's a Nakayama, which is beautiful. It's a 97 cover. But Scotty Young covers always do relatively well on the secondary market. Totally worthy of a pickup here. I think this is beautiful.
Yeah, the Spider-Punk's so cute. Yeah, this is awesome. He definitely, he has a following. There's people that collect all of his stuff. Sarah, if you're still in the chat, she's a big Scotty Young fan. So I kind of feel like people either love his stuff or hate it, but I enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's playful art. I don't mind that.
Yep. Audi, appreciate that. But hold on. No, Anthony. How do I enter on this one? Come on.
Oh, man. Really? Okay.
There you go.
There. If
that
you
is
said
huge.
it.
Appreciate that. Definitely show some love, guys, to Birdcity, of course. Now, moving on from this, Rebel Moon, House of the Blood Axe #1. This is the prequel to the Netflix movie by Zack Snyder. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to watch it. I personally haven't. I've heard nothing but bad things up until now. I've heard it's not so good, so I'm a bit curious. I am definitely going to watch it, be my own critic, which I suggest everybody do. But regardless of the fact, you've got the prequel here in a book, so.
Did you see the trailer?
I did.
And what do you think? It kind of has you can see the 300 influence definitely is still there. I mean, I'll give it a go. I'm with you. I'm going to go in with just an open mind and judge for myself.
Exactly. But definitely worthy of a pickup, I guess, if you're into Rebel Moon. So check it out.
Or if you're into Art Germ. Art Germ's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that one. And yeah, like I said, I haven't watched it, so I'm not going to go too crazy and be like, yes, this is the best thing since sliced bread. No, not yet. But once I watch it, we'll see. But I may pick it up just to not miss it right now until I do watch it. And whatever. The buy-in is what, like $3.99, $4.99?
Yeah.
Not so bad.
Very little risk, right? Yeah. Justin's saying he doesn't think it's out. I thought it came out on the 22nd. But I could be wrong.
I don't think it's out for another week. Could be. So far, all the reviews I'm seeing are like, I think the Rotten Tomatoes was sitting at like 23, although I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, to be completely honest.
I like the way you say rotten. You're all Rotten Tomatoes. No, I'm like 95% sure it comes out on the 22nd, but I think we should all just try it and see what happens.
There you
I
go.
like 300, so.
Exactly. My brother
Mhm.
Uni's in the house, man. Had the opportunity to actually have a phone conversation with him earlier today, man. Haven't had
Oh,
that
nice.
opportunity, so it was nice to catch up with you, Uni. Hope you're doing well, bro. I know he was headed out to get some earphones. Man's been working out like a beast. Good for you. All right,
Ah.
Spider Boy 3, Spider Boy Love, Spider Boy Craze in 2023. You are, part of covering the top 10 with TiVo, Cover Price,
Mm.
and Spider Boy did some significant damage for almost 4 months straight. And
Yeah,
here we are.
at first I was like, "I'm not gonna buy into it, I'm not gonna do it," and then it just kept going and going, and people kept investing, and then I started thinking, "Well, shit, I should have bought it when I could afford it," you know?
Yeah,
This character is interesting, and I think that the more you get to know, like, his origin, how he became Spider-Boy, there's a lot for this to build on, and
yeah,
Humberto Ramos is fantastic anyway, and I
yes.
don't know, I wish I would have invested at the very beginning, but I kept thinking it was gonna die down, and it didn't. I was totally wrong.
Oh, I have a few copies if you need one, but
Do you?
I do. My way of paying back, but yeah. So besides the point, though, I do think Dan Slott, like you said, is doing a great job so far
Yeah.
with building his backstory and his current story and so forth. But here we're going to be getting a first appearance of the Toy Soldier. Now we did see a pretty interesting first appearance of a villain within issue number one. So I think this cover alone is actually pretty neat, pretty intense too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. It's terrifying, but still kind of
Yeah.
endearing for the character because 'cause you're trying to wonder, like, what are you talking about Madame Monstrosity? Is that what you're referring to? The
Sorry.
villain? The villain you were talking about, is that who you're talking about?
No,
Madame Monstrosity?
no, it was the bowling pin guy. I forgot what his name is.
Oh, I was thinking, okay. Yeah. Either way, I think that this cover does a good job of kind of getting people hooked onto the struggle. This kid's like 10 years old and he's already been through so much.
Yeah,
And the more you get to know him, I don't know, the more I like him, I can see him sticking around. And I
yeah.
wasn't sure if he was going to.
No, for sure. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I don't
Mm,
blame you. We've had so many spider characters in recent years that which ones will stick, we never know. Seems
that's true.
promising. Seems
That's true.
promising. Yeah. I just want to say a shout out to Cliff, Cliff on Comics. Appreciate you being here. This man has been live, I think, several times today. So appreciate you even hopping in here and taking the time.
No,
And saying
thank
Miles is his own jam. We need an updated Spider-Man. There you go. It's a big deal if they're making Spider-Boy his own villains. Yes, 100%. I agree totally. But
you.
we've got Star Wars Mace Windu number one. First appearance of Azita Cruz. So, look, I'll be honest with you. I was actually on the Comic Con podcast not so long ago with Justin, and they asked me the question, like, who's the most overrated Star Wars character of all time? My response was Mace Windu.
I actually kind of agree with you on that. What did Justin say? Was he like, "No"?
No, no, he's like, yeah, totally fair. He agreed, and surprisingly, Zach did too. So I was happy about that. I didn't get shot. We're good. I'm still alive.
I need to
um,
go on their show. They wanna do this whole thing where you have to, like, say the names of Star Wars characters. Because,
yep,
but yeah, Mace is I'm with you on that one. I think that's true.
yep.
But
But
Azita, she's a pirate or a smuggler, right?
yeah, exactly. But he's not entirely my favorite character when it comes to anything Star Wars. But
Mhm.
again, regardless, if you are a fan, this is a good pickup. So definitely suggest it if that's the case. Otherwise, for myself, it's a pass. Laura, I'm assuming it's the same for you.
Yeah, I'm not as intense with Star Wars as some people are. I enjoy it, but I'm not, like, a huge collector.
Yeah, Justin will not allow you back on the Comic Con
I
podcast
know.
after that.
I can feel him through the show. Sorry.
Yep, exactly. But moving on from this one, this is a pretty wicked cover. Ultimate Black Panther number one. They call it the special variant, but Ultimate Storm depiction by Boss Logic. Boss Logic doing great things. I love, especially he's so rapid fast with content too. If you follow him on Instagram,
I
little
am.
news breaks and he's already got some wicked, picture put up on his Instagram and so forth. But here he is doing some awesome work on this cover here for Ultimate Black Panther. I'm totally picking this one up.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Anything by Boss Logic, I'm 100% in. His
Yeah.
use of light is unparalleled. I don't know anybody else that does that. Well, maybe a little bit with Stephanie Hahn. She can kind of pull it off, but he's just his own beast. I love his work.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's killer, and I'm also looking forward to the story of Ultimate Black Panther #1. I'm actually liking the Ultimate stuff this time around. I know that the first time around, not many people were a big fan, but so far so good, man. Jonathan Hickman knows what he's doing.
Well, the story's Brian Hill. What else was Brian Hill on?
So Brian Hill, yes, is on this one, but when Hickman put together the Ultimate Invasion, I thought that was just incredibly well done. And now we're seeing everybody else getting their own solo stuff. So this is this whole Ultimate Universe is just so far so good, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
this is awesome. I think this is a very, very cool cover. So far, this is my #1 out of the list.
Yep. And Sam agrees with you. He says cover of the week. So shout out to Sam. But all right, moving on from this one, we've got Void Rivals. Can you believe it that issue #1 is hitting the 6th print?
I honestly know. We did an exclusive for Void Rivals #1 because we had a little bit like of an idea of what they were going to be doing with it, but I had no idea it would explode the way it did. Robert Kirkman has done a really good job of promoting and getting people excited about it, but 6th printing, holy hell, I had no clue.
Yep. Well, here we are, 6th printing, and rightfully so. I mean, look, to be honest with you, most of these later printings, people tend to give up and it dies out, right? So who knows? Maybe we'll see some scarcity. This is going to be a clearly black cover, so we'll see how it holds up when it comes to 9/8. But definitely going to be picking this one up. I'm a big fan of the Energon universe and the Energon universe. I'm loving it, every second of it. So this is a pickup 100% for me.
I love that you said it right. We said it wrong on the Lord show, and it was like a big old thing.
Yeah, it's okay. I know. Michael Baker actually corrected me the first time. And he's like, it's Energon. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, 6th printing, though, is incredible. Do you have an issue or the first printing? Do you have one of the first?
Yeah, I've got every printing up until now. So it's an automatic for me at this point. You see, we got in trouble again, Laura. Look at that.
Hey, I called it.
Yeah, Leftero saying these are readership printings to keep the back issues on the rack. They have virtually no overprint. Exactly. All right. And of course, the last one. Very interesting here because we've got Ghost Machine. I don't know if you saw this. This is a one-shot. Now, you've got 2 covers over here. You've got these 2 by Jason Fabok. They're both beautiful. Now, this is going to be, I believe it's a 48-page special. For this one shot, and it's introducing its all new shared universes of strange, fun, and action-packed characters. Now, what characters are we looking at? You're looking at Geiger, right? You're looking at the red coat, Rook, all of that stuff. So it's kind of cool. Like we were just talking Void Rivals with their shared universe. We're getting the same thing here. So I think this is pretty neat. Who knows? We'll see how this plays out. But for the sake of read, I'm picking this up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I remember when this was first being talked about, and I was trying to figure out how this differs from like Distillery, the creator-owned properties where you have them investing in their own work. And I mean, they seem pretty much the same to me, and I support that. I think that it's great to have the creators be involved in their own properties and their own IP. This one in particular, though, I think it will be really good. Like you were saying, there's a lot of potential to grow and just keep expanding and world building with multiple characters and crossovers. So I'm excited. This will be a good one.
Same. But all that being said, Laura, you can support Lefteros, who we were just talking about, by following Comic Nation US. So definitely go check them out. Get your FOC orders in, and definitely use Black Brown for an additional 5% off, totaling your discount to 20% off of the cover price. So there you go. Yeah. And of course, open to Canada, UK, and the United States. They will hold your shipping until you're ready to have it shipped. And of course, go visit Cover Price, the best comic book price guide around. And like I said, Lefteros has an even extended list on Cover Price's website. So not bad. FOC done. We did it.
I'm looking at Lefteros' comment. So he feels like Fabok should have been designing characters in DC for years. I'll agree. And I wanted to point something out with the Ghost Machine. They were talking about this in New York Comic Con. They wanted to stress that entire title isn't going to be like superhero based. It's going to be more based on like historical fantasy and post-apocalyptic times. It's not going to be like a superhero genre, which I think that's kind of cool too.
Of course. No, absolutely. And you said you heard some of this at New York Comic Con, right? Mm-hmm. How was your experience at New York Comic Con this year?
Oh, it was a blast. I had a really good time. I'm not going to lie, because there's so many people in the chat that probably already know. I don't attend the con all 4 days. I won't do it. Too many people, too many crowds.
Yeah.
So like some of the days I went to the museum, I was at the Met one full day, but I did get to go and see a lot of people and meet a lot of creators, and that part was really fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
we totally. I actually was planning on going down with Lefteros, but that didn't happen. Hopefully next year. But
Oh, you
it looks
should,
like,
yeah, try to make it this year if you can, or C2E2 if you can.
yeah, no, for sure. I know that the plans for Terrificon are pretty much stapled in for us, so that's looking good. But
Oh, nice.
C2E2 probably not New York. I don't want to be cliche, but I love New York. It is what it is. Plus,
Oh, New York's
yeah,
amazing.
quite a few people here in the chat that are up in that area. So we'll hopefully get to hang out with some of you guys there. Hoodrat is definitely nowhere close to there. I know he's out west. So, but he did make his way to New York Comic Con this year. So that was pretty cool. All right,
Mhm.
Laura, it's time for us to get into the market stuff, the stuff that you have perfected and mastered because you are
Yeah, this is
on.
the part I'm really excited about. This is
There
cool.
you go. So
Let's do
that
it.
being said, I don't think I need to ask you, but I'll ask you just the same. Are you ready?
I am ready.
There you go. Let's do it. All right, so it's market report time. And of course, with market reports, like I said, we cover the lists of CBSI, Cover Price, eBay, Go Collect, Key Collector, you name it. Even Michael Baker has a little portion on this list. So just to give you guys an idea, anything we see sale-wise, I will talk about it. So that being said, let's get into the first sale, and it's Wolverine #1, and this one came in at number 12 on Cover Price. First Wolverine as patch, CGC 96, sold for $299, 96 cents US, and I am kicking myself in the behind for this one because I had the opportunity earlier this week. I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday. Somebody posted online a copy for CGC 96 at $80 Canadian, and I passed on it like a big buffoon. So here we are.
What?
Yeah, I did.
$80. Oh yeah, that would have been a steal. This book keeps popping up over and over on Cover Price. I've only been there for like a year and a half, and it keeps showing up. So this is definitely one everybody needs to own if they can.
Yeah, and the Wolverine hype train, of course, with Deadpool 3 coming, everybody is totally picking up whatever they can. And of course, you will see some other Wolverine books on the list here tonight. But of course, iconic cover and definitely one worthy of picking up. If you come across one for $80 Canadian in a 9.6, don't pass on it like this bozo, okay?
Wait, what's $80 Canadian to US?
I think it's about 60.
Oh, really?
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I was hoping it was the other direction, but that's even
Nope.
worse.
Nope,
Okay.
yeah, made everything worse. Yep. Thank you. But all
That's
right.
really, really bad then. And before it was just bad. That's like really bad.
Yeah. This is where I log off, guys. Peace out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm bullying the host. He's like, Lauren's dead.
No, right. I trust me, I kicked myself significantly, but I was actually at Costco with the family, so that ruined everything.
And you know, Red Hood probably could have pressed it to a 9.8 just to
Oh,
pour some salt in the wound. He probably
yeah.
could have.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll remember this. But all right, moving on. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 194. And of course, you know, first appearance of Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. Everybody going crazy over this one. And there was actually recent news that Anne Hathaway was actually penciled in to be Black Cat for Spider-Man 4. Now, whether that is 100% accurate or not, I'm not too sure. But regardless of the fact, yeah, this is a book that will always see some love, and it's gotten much of it within the last couple of years. CGC 96 sold for $720 US. So yes, Laura, that is more in Canadian. 14. It came in at number 14 on Cover Price.
Yeah, Black Cat's one of those characters that I struggle with finding like a good connection with her. Even with some of the covers that I see, she always kind of ends up looking a little cheesy to me.
Yep.
There's a few that I don't mind. A few of them have been done well. Artgerm, of course. I think Adam Hughes did one I liked, but I can't picture Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
look, it didn't happen, so I guess we don't need to picture it. But I think it was for the Tobey Maguire universe. So Spider-Man 4
Who would
is
be
what
a
they were
good Black Cat in your opinion? Who would you cast?
I actually really liked Sydney Sweeney, and unfortunately, she's going to be playing Spider-Woman. Because you know, looking at the cast right now of Spider-Man, you have a young cast, right? You got Tom Holland, and Sydney Sweeney kind of meets that point, right?
I think she's gonna be Barbarella too.
Yeah. Yes. Very true. But I am also biased because I mean, Sydney Sweeney is Sydney Sweeney.
She's perfect. Like she could play anything. She's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
exactly. But who do you think would actually have been good?
Honestly, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't picture somebody in my head that would be like a perfect fit for this. Black
Yep.
Cat. She has to move right. She has to be kind of curvy, in my opinion, kind of sexy, sultry. I can't think of anybody. I'll let you know if it pops into my head throughout the show.
There you go. Yeah, we still got
I
some
don't know.
time. We still got some
Mm.
time. So Hathaway needs to stay the hell away from Black Cat. There you go. So
But
yep.
that was clever.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice,
Anyway.
Sam.
All right. Moving on, we've got another Wolverine book right here. Well, not really. It's an X-Men book, but Wolverine on the cover, Uncanny X-Men 221, first appearance of Mr. Sinister. CGC 98 sold for $275 coming in at number 15 on cover price. Now, obviously, lots of love when it comes to Mr. Sinister. We are like, I think 3 weeks, close to a month away from getting the animated series, right? So we've got that coming. We've got Echo coming. We have so much good stuff coming come January, so I'm pretty pumped. But regardless of the fact, this book sold for $275, still not significantly high in my opinion. I think considering the character.
Yeah, but the print run on this thing,
Yeah,
we have a couple of them. Anthony's always been a big fan of Mr. Sinister, so we have a couple copies of this. To speak to your earlier point, I am excited about Echo, which I know a lot of people aren't, but I am. I'm actually pumped to see what they can do with that. So,
yep. But yeah, so $275 on in a CGC 98 coming in at number 15 on cover price. So not bad. But another book of Wolverine 10. Yes, you got Sabretooth, you got Wolverine on this beautiful cover. CGC 98 sold for $225 near mint, face a fair market value $26. So I mean that 98 bump.
what's the buzz here? Is it just a good cover?
So we've recently seen that in Deadpool 3, you saw Deadpool holding the head of Sabretooth. So people with the assumption that these two are going to clash, or maybe, you know, we are going to see Sabretooth within the movie. Sabretooth comics covers and so forth have been getting some love. This one came in at number 19 on cover price, which again, pretty impressive to see this one on the list.
Yeah, I'm surprised. This one I wasn't expecting.
Yep. Gear Up saying we too. Every time I get one, I sell it. Yeah, there you go. So he's talking Uncanny 221. But all right, moving on from this, Laura, Godzilla. Did you like? There's so much love for Godzilla right now.
This movie's doing amazing. Like
Yep.
it's incredible. I still haven't seen it. I know everybody's been like talking about it all over social media and whatever, but I still haven't seen it yet. But supposedly it's one of like the biggest debuts for this title ever,
Yep.
which is pretty incredible that it's able to do that this late in the game.
Absolutely. Now, I had Infamous Jeb as a guest a few months ago, and one of the first things we spoke about was Godzilla, and he was bringing that to my attention that this movie was coming and it is looking promising, was going to do big things, and he was 110% right, because that's exactly what it's doing. Godzilla right now is doing great things at the box office. It's funny because here in Montreal, that's where I live in Quebec, Canada, we only had one cinema that was playing this. There was only one theater that was, showing it downtown Montreal. And then immediately it expanded to all of them. Like the following week, everybody was asking for it, I assume, because it was generating such buzz.
Yeah.
Now you can go to any theater. It's there, multiple showings, and it is selling out. I checked the seats because I still plan to go watch it. Haven't had the opportunity, but right here, we've got Godzilla #1, first ongoing US Godzilla series, and a CGC 98 sold for $550. Came in at number 8 on cover price, number 4 on CBSI. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's incredible. Tiva was laughing at this one because the Godzilla has like a ripped stomach. He thought that was great. He's like, he has like abs. He kind of does. He has like pecs going. Like, this is a really in shape Godzilla.
Well, he looks like he is taking shape as of late. If you saw, what he looks like in -1. Plus, we also have, with Kong coming as well. So there's that. There's what's the other one on Apple? Monarch. So
Yeah.
there's that going. Lots of Godzilla good stuff going on at the moment. So
We gotta go see this.
Yep, makes sense.
I'll meet you tomorrow. I'll come out to Canada and we'll go see this.
There you go. Bring Anthony and we'll go all together. I'll bring the wife.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, but moving on from Godzilla, we've got Justice League #1. Yes, this got some buzz, surprisingly. First appearance of Maxwell Lord, CGC 98, sold for $114 US. VF fair market value is $13 US. Came in at #1 on both cover price and CBSI. Obviously, because of the news of James Gunn's brother Sean Gunn being casted. So here we go.
Doesn't that make you think, okay, if he's gonna invest in putting his brother as Maxwell Lord, like he's gonna end up playing a pretty big role, you would think, right?
Yep.
I mean, if it's your brother, you're like, okay, I want this to be something where I become big off of this. So I can see why this one's on the top. I can see why it's hitting the way it is. And at $13, it's not a huge risk.
No.
So.
Yeah. If you're okay with a VF copy, which for the longest time you could have picked this up for cheaper, but yeah, right now it's in everyone's face. We shall see how long this holds up, but I've got faith in Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
Trev's in the house. Appreciate you being here. He's going live at 10 p.m. Eastern time tonight, guys. So definitely go hop on over to his channel once we are done right here. But Laura, let's get on to the next one. Assassin's Creed. Check this. Now, cover price shaker. That's right. I know that you guys didn't have the opportunity to go through some of the shakers. So let's look at it right now. Now, you've got the first comic appearance of Assassin's Creed. What's interesting about this book is that pre-orders of the limited edition game was the only way you could have obtained this through EB Games, right? Now GameStop. But I don't even know what the print run is. It's looking like not many are fully aware because of how this was distributed. You would assume one copy was given to everybody who pre-ordered, but I have no idea if that's the case. So that being said, a CGC 98 sold for $250 cover price shaker this week.
Yeah, again, I'm not surprised by this. Assassin's Creed has a massive following. I've only played one season of it. And it was really cool, really interactive, really fun game. Anthony's huge on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But yeah, these video game, when you see Fortnite pop into comic books, same deal. You have these video game people that cross over into the comic book realm and they just snatch this stuff up and it stays there. They don't put it back on the aftermarket. They keep this stuff. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised.
I'm guilty of that. When it comes to video game books, I can never resell. I can never.
Yeah, I don't either. I hold on to them and yeah, because it's hitting two areas,
Of course, absolutely. But if Anthony is playing this game, and he has played many of these games, I really hope that his favorite character was Ezio. If he says otherwise, I don't know how I feel. I'll be honest.
I don't know if he's still watching. I'll ask him. I'll find out. He had me play one with him, and it was really neat.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of the one we had. It was like a pirate type.
Yes, I know exactly which one you're talking about. That was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on from Assassin's Creed, we actually have Deadpool #11. Again, video game cover right here. You've got an homage to Super Mario. Oh, not Super Mario. Sorry. Let me correct myself. Mario Bros. On NES. This is the Hastings exclusive 8-bit variant, which is pretty neat. Now, a raw near mint sold for $300. That is bananas. Cover price shaker this week.
I wonder what the print run is on this one, though. I wonder if this was being ordered.
Not too sure what the print run is, but I did see that when it comes to slabbed copies, there wasn't too many in a high grade. So that being said, still a very neat book to definitely pick up. I'm a big fan, of course, of Mario Bros. Games. My son is 4 years old and he's ripping through the Nintendo Switch now, right? So I see myself when I look at that guy.
Oh, that makes me so happy. That's like more childhood in a nutshell. Yeah, this is neat. And again, it's the perfect storm. You have the video game aspect, then you have the Deadpool stuff. So it's like you can get a hold of these.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Yeah, Hyper saying we've been hoping to find this one. Gear Up saying, yeah, man, holy crap. There you go. Yeah. The NES game was Super Mario Bros. No, NES was Mario Bros. Super Mario was the SNES. Super.
I think you're right.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But all right, moving on from this one. Xmen 15. This is the Lionel U 150 ratio, homaging Fantastic Four #1, of course. And you've got CGC 98 that sold for $500. Cover price shaker. I think this is a beautiful homage cover. It's great. 500
it's really nice coloring, right? The colors on this is just, I don't know. Yep. I dig it.
Yep, they pop. They definitely pop. But yeah, man, I don't know how you feel about this sale. 500 US for CGC 98. What's your thought?
Again, it's a great cover. Would I pay that much? No. Aside from it being a ratio, if there's nothing really going on key wise, I can't. I don't think that'd be one that I would spend. I would spend like maybe 100 on a 9.8.
Yeah.
Or just try to find one raw, but I don't think I'd do 500.
Yeah.
Would you?
No, absolutely not. But Laura, I stand corrected. In fact, it's Super Mario Bros. On NES and Super Mario World. Yes, okay, everybody
Are you
wins.
sure?
Yes. No,
we'll believe the chat.
Hyper is 1000% right. Yes, I remember. Oh, perfectly fine now. Thank you. But all right.
Yeah, I don't know. This is nice. I think the coloring is good. I wouldn't put the money into it.
Yeah, no, I'm curious how many copies exist on the CGC census. Something definitely worthy of checking out after the show. But a 1 in 50 sold for 500 US. Pretty impressive. Michael Baker saying that this book was initially listed on eBay for 1,000 US dollars. I had it on my watch list for over a month. There you go.
This one, not the Deadpool one. Maybe that comment was old.
No, I'm positive it was this one because Michael Baker actually sent me this
$1,000?
one. Yeah,
Jesus.
in DMs. But
Right.
yeah, pretty impressive. Moving on though, we've got Captain America 109. This is a classic cover, and if you're a Captain America fan, I think this is definitely one you want in your collection. You have the origin of Captain America retold here, and a CGC 98 sold for $3,168.81 Canadian. So Laura, yes, that is hovering around, I guess, the 2,600 US mark, I'm going to assume. But cover price key of the week. Pretty insane sale here. I think this is awesome.
This is an iconic cover, though, and it's an evergreen piece. This is one of those books that if you're a fan of the character, you slab this and you hang it on the wall, you take down the family photo, and you put this up instead.
Yeah. The fact that you're willing to take down the family photo for this means a lot. Yeah, that's huge.
I would take my family photo down and put this up instead. This is really cool. I could see the money being spent on this.
I wish my wife said the same things. Yeah.
My house has like OA everywhere, and I'm like, we don't need pictures of the children. Let's put up some OA.
There you go. Ozzy saying one of my favorite cap covers. Yeah, no, it's absolutely gorgeous. Thankfully, I'm not a Cap fan. I can't afford his
How
book.
can you not be a Cap fan? Like, I don't understand that. Maybe not like your favorite character, but how can you not like him? He's just the big brother that everybody wishes they had.
Yep. And yes, AOA, thank you for bringing this up because there is the JCPenney reprint of this as well that does exist. And I know that those are sought out after as well. So in a CGC 98, not too bad. Congratulations to you. Mm-hmm. But all right, Laura, here's a big one. Amazing Spider-Man 238, Canadian price variant, first appearance of the Hobgoblin, CGC 98 sold for $4,850 US dollars. So that's a pretty big price tag right there. Baker Shaker, that's right. Michael Baker sent this my way. I don't know, Laura. I love Canadian price variants. See plenty of them here up in Canada, but to go out of your way and drop this kind of coin on this book, ouch.
Yeah, I have this somewhere. I'll find it. I actually have the US version, but that's incredible. I would not have guessed if you had to have me like guess the price. I would not have said that much. That's insane.
Yep, absolutely. Hyper saying I've got a new stand of this, but not Canadian price variant. So yeah, I know somebody who was here in the chat not too long ago. Pacino Collects was here and he had a copy and sold it. I don't think he got this kind of coin, but he should have.
That's insane. I would never. I would have guessed like maybe 1,000 less than that. Like this, I wonder who bought this.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because Laura, we're gonna move on to the next book, which is the big book I want to talk about. So, New Mutants 98, Mark Jeweller's newsstand. And yes, Mark Jeweller's newsstands have been getting quite some love as of late this week, which we will talk about a little later in the hot topic section of the show. But first appearance of Deadpool, Gideon, and Copycat. CGC 98 sold for $12,700 US dollars. Baker Shaker, and ironically, it's the same seller as at ASM 252. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Again, this blows my mind. $12,000 well, almost $13,000. I do think it's a book that everybody should own, but I didn't realize that it was going for that much. But again, this is the Mark Jewelers, so
Yeah.
Whew.
Mark Jewelers, they definitely get some love. But Michael Baker saying this puts a regular newsstand to shame. Those go for about 3,000. So there you go.
That's kind of I'm wondering, like, are there any Mark Jeweler collectors in the chat right now? Like, is that okay? So Mark Jeweler variants, they were only available near like military bases, right? So
Yeah.
I get that it's a much smaller print run, but is it that much smaller?
It is absolutely, but again,
Like, what would the ratio be? Would the ratio match the pricing?
yeah, well, I would assume that it's way more scarce, but of course, it's not something on my end where I would be going crazy for. Now, example here, you've got Derek saying he loves Mark Jewelers. I grab a few online, so whenever he sees a good deal, for sure, he's picking them up.
Some of them are affordable, like for like lesser titles, obviously.
Yes, but exactly what Gear Up is saying over here, saying the most rare books on the market, absolutely. So they're heavily sought out after, that's for sure. But there's been some weird things happening when it comes to that, and we will get into that very shortly. Now, within the hot topic section of the show, and Laura, that was it. That was the market. We did okay.
Wait, we're done.
We're done the market. That's it.
All right.
That's
I
it.
want to keep going. This is good. This is fun.
Yeah, we're just ripping right through the episode tonight.
Hey, it's good. It's going smoothly, right? Everything's going the way we wanted it to.
Absolutely.
I need to look up some of this stuff though. That I'm shocked. That actually really surprised me. Some of the pricing, and people are saying it's a weak market. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah. Well, some of those jewelers did put some people in concern because there are some things that did happen, like I said, recently that came to light. If you've watched Swagahaz or you follow on Instagram the 99 newsstand, you might know what I'm talking about, but we'll get into that very shortly. Before we do, I'm going to ask Laura for the last time tonight before we get into the hot topics. Laura, are you ready?
No, because that means the show's almost over, and so no, I'm not ready.
Okay, well, we're doing it anyways. Right, so it's the hot topics portion of the show. Yes, like I said, plenty of stuff to talk about. We got quite a bit of news within the last week, not just, of course, what we were talking about prior to kicking this off, but there's been some shows, some trailers, announcements. So I'm excited to dive right into all of this with you. So let's get to the first one. I don't know if you saw this news drop at the beginning of the week, but a CGC 9.8 pedigree copy of ASM issue 1 hits Heritage Auctions. Now, there's only 2 copies in a 9.8 have ever been recorded with no public sales until now. That's right. Here we go. We've got one that's going public. There are only 5 copies in a 9.6 grade, with the most recent sale being $520,380 Do not even ask me to convert that to Canadian, but bidding starts December 22nd, 2023. This is going to blow everyone's minds. I really think it's even going to hit the million mark.
Oh, it'll hit the million. I was just going to ask you. It's going to go over $1 million. If it's a pedigree and we only have... So, okay, I have a question, though. There are only 2 copies in 9 that have ever been recorded with a public sale. So the other one, what's the other one recorded as if it's not a public sale?
So I'm assuming what they're stating here is that because there's only 2 copies have ever been recorded with no public sales until now, I guess sales, there's with these 2 copies, whoever obtained them and so forth, no transactions ever been recorded. So there's no documenting what those sales went for. But now we're finally going to have an actual recorded sale in a 9.8. So,
all right, let's bet on it. What do you think it's going to hit? Whoever gets the closest wins.
Oh. Now I'm curious. What are we fighting for here?
We're going to fight for respect. We're going to fight for respect. Whoever gets this gets like the respect from the other one. You got to like, I don't know. Well, next time I'm on the show, you'll have to do something
fair.
Really
fair. I'll do something totally embarrassing on your channel if that's the case. I'm going to say
5 copies of the 9.6. So okay, go ahead. You first.
I'm going to say 1.4 million. Don't do the $1 Bob on me right now. Don't do that.
1.4 and a dollar. I was actually thinking higher. I was gonna say 1.5.
Yeah, look, we've got some people going 2.5, 2 million,
2 million?
1.6. Yeah, 1.6. We got 1.5.
So
Daniel,
basically anything over 1.4, I win the bet.
yeah, well, I guess, yeah, pretty much. So you're just gonna say 1.41.
Yes. I think you're too low because I mean, again, like this is historical, and there's people out there with so much effing money. So
Not me. Not me.
I'm gonna say 1.5. I'm gonna say 1.5, but I won't be surprised if it goes higher.
Okay. I think that's
Okay.
fair. Okay, I say 1.4, 1.5. If I'm wrong, I will gladly hop on your channel and do something totally embarrassing. And there you
Deal.
go. Yeah.
I'm not above it.
Yep. Just spent 30 minutes on the phone with Mr. Birdcity Comics. Great chat. I could only imagine all the nonsense that was just said about us. But besides the point,
What?
$1, 1.85. Okay, so 1.85 million. JF saying 2.6. Michael Baker also agreeing to the 2 million sale. But I'm guys, if you're catching the replay, let us know also within the comments. I'm curious to see who comes closest. Maybe we'll do a giveaway. I'll do a giveaway. Whoever gets it on the button, I'll ship you something. So come back, comment on that. There you go. Yes, get ready for 2024. That was the conversation. Now I'm even more concerned.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so 1.5, 1.4. That's our bets, and we'll see what
I'm
everyone.
actually already doubting my 1.5. You must be doubting your 1.4.
I for the sake of pride, I won't show it, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. We'll leave it.
I'm totally doubting the 1.4.
Hey,
But
maybe you'll
anyway,
be right. Maybe it'll be like maybe you'll nail it. We don't know.
I'm already starting to think like, what kind of foolish thing is she going to ask me to do on the show now? That's the question, because I know I'm losing. So
Can I give this away? Oh, Anthony wants me to give something away on your channel tonight. So we're gonna do the Crave book. This is sold out.
wow,
Carla
awesome.
Cohen. Eh?
There you go. That's awesome, Anthony.
Yeah,
Again, you didn't have to do that. Seriously, like, what a
yeah,
champion.
this is one of the, he pulled it off of our rack because we kept a couple for ourselves. But we'll
There you
give
go.
that away to one of your viewers tonight if you want to do it in a live or
Sure,
whichever.
we'll do it at the end of the show. So everybody stick around. We're getting close to that, so you'll see it very very shortly for the giveaway. Again, thank you, Anthony, Bird City guys. Definitely show some love. Go get those orders in. Some of the best in the game. But
Thank you. All right.
that, moving on from this, Marvel announces new Black Panther animated series, Eyes of Wakanda. That's right. So we're getting an animated series. Now, the new series was announced during a special screening of 2 new episodes from Marvel's What If Season 2 and was part of a sneak peek sizzle reel for the future of Marvel animation. Throughout Wakandan history, brave warriors have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. This is their story, the official description reads. So that's pretty neat. I like Black Panther, not my all-time favorite character of all time, but of course, I will take any animated stuff. I think, Marvel definitely needs to one keep up with what's happening. DC is dominating when it comes to animation, but
Yeah.
What If season 1 was great. I absolutely loved it. The animation was great. I enjoyed every second of it. Now we come to learn that they're coming out with something for Black Panther. I'm pretty pumped. I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree with you. Animated stuff is always I mean, like you were saying, DC is definitely the way to go if you're into animation, but Marvel can bring something out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you think
Yeah.
of the of what they're saying here as the synopsis when it comes to the show? So they're saying that, throughout Wakandan history, brave warriors have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. So kind of curious to what that's going to build
I'm
up to.
intrigued. It sounds interesting. I mean, again, Black Panther's up there for me, one of my favorites, but I would like to see some of the background stuff and dive a little bit deeper and unpack a little bit more of that world. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yep.
If it's done right. It's always what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
If it's done right. Those are the key words right there. So there you go.
Mhm.
But all right, moving on from this. I don't know if you saw this, but what's her name? Sasha Kelly. Kelly. I'm terrible with names, but regardless, you deserved so much better. I'm so sorry. That's right. Fans are they're up in arms. Yes, online people are going crazy because the new DCU Supergirl casting rumor for Superman Legacy has fans furious for Sasha Kelly. So this is, apparently what's been talked about online that there's going to be a recasting when it comes to Supergirl. I thought she did a good job within Flash. Did you have the opportunity to watch it?
Yeah,
I
I
was,
thought she did a good job too. Am
but
I furious that she's being replaced? No.
me neither. Me neither.
Sorry. No.
It's exactly what I wanted to say. Is like she did a good
Okay,
job,
good.
but I wouldn't go as crazy as being furious. I mean, if they replaced Robert Downey Jr. midway into the MCU, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Right, that's a little bit different. I mean, she was good. It wasn't like, an iconic role that I think you would just see her face if anybody else took it over. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, me
Mm,
neither. But
sorry.
regardless, it looks like there's going to be a recasting, so she will not be moving forward, is what I'm understanding at this point. So some people up in arms. Again, The Flash, horrible movie. I didn't like it at all. I'll be honest with you. I was concerned at certain points with the CGI. But besides the point, story-wise, felt redundant. Laura, go ahead.
I liked The Flash, or at least I tried to. There was just too much with that movie that I just wouldn't. I think, again, that was one of those times where I didn't go in just completely wanting to see it for what it was. I already had a little bit of bias walking into that movie.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. That
yeah.
Tory thing. James Gunn strikes again. We all know how he feels about that. The Flash gave me what did he give you?
Yeah, we're waiting, and
Yeah.
Flash gave you what?
Keeping us in suspense, but Tim saying, "Come on, no one cares about Superman unless Power Girl makes an appearance. Then I'd pay attention." There you go. But all right, moving on from this, we got a retitling that's taking place here when it comes to more animated stuff. Spider-Man Freshman Year has been renamed to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I know some people are kind of puzzled by this move. Regardless of the fact, I personally don't even care about the name change. Did it impact you at all, Laura?
Anthony just walked in. He said the Flash gave him anxiety.
Anxiety.
It gave him
Exactly.
anxiety.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I don't see why this matters at all.
Exactly my point.
I don't care.
Yeah. Regardless of the fact, this is going to be making its way, I believe, in 2024. So I'm excited, but the name change did nothing to me. And I'm not too sure why so many people are concerned online. But regardless of the fact,
What does it matter? Are we missing something here, or this is like really a big deal and we're just not seeing it? Because I don't know.
No idea, but it is news. And regardless, I'm just letting everybody know there is a name change. So that being said, we got a new Echo trailer that dropped last night. All 5 episodes are going to be dropping on January 9th, 2024. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see that new trailer, Laura.
I did, yeah.
My, oh my. It is looking street level madness.
You're going to have Red Hood on the show, right?
Yep.
When we come back. I want you to ask him what he thinks about Echo. That's your job. Just be like, hey, Laura said to ask you what you think about Echo. And then just prepare yourself for like a 15-minute long rant because he was not thrilled. But yeah, I told you earlier, I'm excited about this. I think that there's potential for redemption.
Yep. On the street level side, and of course, seeing that TVMA right there. That's right, mature. You saw Kingpin wailing at that guy. Blood splattering everywhere. There's a lot of scenes that you can see street level wise. They are going nitty gritty. That's right. They're not pulling their punches.
It's going to be intense for sure. But I think that fits. I think that fits better. I think that they'll pull in a better audience that way.
Yep.
It does look. Yes, it looks very violent, but I think that that's kind of a good thing for this title.
Absolutely. I think the MCU could definitely use some of this. But all right, let's get into the big topic.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain this whole section to me because, like, I'm my mind's blown here with what's happening. So just pretend like I don't know anything. Explain this.
So just to break it down, first and foremost, I just want to give a shout out to the 99 Newsstand on Instagram. If you guys aren't already yet, definitely go and follow, show some love. But we were talking within the market report, those Mark Jewelers that sold. And ironically, that same seller is this particular seller as well. What happened here is now you have 2 books here in front of you, one having the special label with the black suit and one without. If you look to one, it doesn't specify that it's a Mark Jeweler, and then the second one does specify it's a Mark Jeweler. So, it looks like there was a recasing that took place. Within the recasing, though, the book looks significantly different when it comes to the colors. There's, the wrap on the book that is like there's spine ticks, the corners. You see one that is completely perfect, and then you have the other one. If you look on the left, which you don't really see it here on the slide, but again, I really encourage everybody to go check out the 99 newsstand on Instagram. You'll see it, and you can see the corners now have like folds on them and so forth. So it's kind of concerning. Was there something that took place along the way? Yeah, and I highly doubt a book would take that much significant damage within a recasing, right? People are also believing that maybe the book was swapped out at this point. So kind of concerning when it comes to that. Now I'll go into it a little more here. So non-Mark Jewelers newsstand purchased August 3rd on eBay for $2,247. That was how much clean newsstand 9/8 were going for at that time. So there you have it. Now he says that he was told that the other book was purchased, recognized to be a Mark Jewelers that CGC previously missed, and resubmitted to CGC to be re-encapsulated as a Mark Jewelers with Mark Jewelers notated on the label. The cert number has since been updated as Mark Jewelers. So it holds the same number, right? On where the barcode is. So that recasing, it's the same number. Now it's Mark Jewelers, but the book looks completely different.
And we're sure it's not just like the images on the computer. Like it's not just like the screens look different. Can you go back to the other slide?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on.
Because somebody in there is asking if one book looks trimmed.
The trimming I'm not too sure on, but
where, Hyper? I don't see it.
Here, hold on. For many years they didn't mark down on the label that the book had a Mark Jewelers insert. So if somebody had it cracked slabbed recently, then it would be marked on the label. Yes. Now, what's also raising, the flag is the fact that the significant changes between, the actual books within the case are drastic. Like I said,
the coloring for sure. Like looking at this.
Yes, yeah. But when it comes to coloring, we could assume maybe lighting or like you said, right? The actual photos. But when you actually go and look deeper into the photos, you will see the corners. Like if you look at the right one, it's clear corners, right? So on the right one, you can see top. Just look at the top right, and then you go to the one on the left, and the top right on there, you see some white now, right? So you see some little things, but the spine itself has a significant change, which I don't have the actual zoomed in photos here, but just to give you guys an idea, now you saw a $13,000 price hike here in between the two sales of the exact same book with the exact same code. And some weird things have taken place as well within some of that seller's bidding, where if you look at some of the bids, you also see, let's say, people with absolutely, no eBay history almost, or no reviews at all, making bids over $9,000 and kind of bumping it up. So, yeah, so there's just a lot going on this aspect where it's raising a lot of questions. So I know that the 99 newsstand is going to be talking about it tonight on another show. And also, if you haven't yet, definitely go check out Swaggle Haas's video where he breaks this down, and he will show you guys some zoomed in photos as well, where you see a significant change in between the two. So for something that is being recased, I think the changes were just a lot. And the book looks completely different, like totally different. So I'm not too sure what took place on that aspect, but I'm curious to know. I think a lot of people are asking this question, and I hope to see somebody say something at some point, but I highly doubt it, right? Within,
the only person that could settle this is whoever bought it.
Exactly. And not only that, the person who sold it. Right. So
that's true too, but I doubt the person that sold it would be like, oh yeah, I swapped books.
Yeah, so absolutely not. But it is weird, right? Because CGC already, when it comes to consistency, I tend to be a little concerned. When I send a book, sometimes I could send in what seems to be absolutely perfect. It gets pressed, it's clean, there's nothing. It comes back in 9.6, and then my buddy will send something with spine ticks and gets a 9.8, and I'm like, what just happened? Right? It has happened many times. So when it comes to consistency and grading, I have my own perspective as an overall. But when it comes to this particular scenario, this one actually had me concerned. Now, I always try to stay away from anything drama related. Drama is not something I seek when it comes to anything I do on socials, whether it's YouTube.
Well, you're not naming the seller. You're just telling people to be aware.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's just something that is a story is unfolding, and I hope we get some answers shortly. And I'm looking closely at this matter because it is concerning to see a book change so drastically within a recasing and then sell for $13,000 more. This is not chump change.
Yeah.
This is a lot of money. So weirdness. I don't know, Laura, hearing this story, what you think, but yeah.
I mean, again, I'm with Baker on this. Like the books look completely different, and I always try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe the screens are different, or because when we post stuff on different things, it looks different than Instagram or whatever. But you were mentioning the upper right hand corner, and
Yep.
Swoggle's actually a friend of mine. So if he did a video about this, he put in some research with it. He wouldn't just post for the hell of it.
No, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, is that a lot of people are starting to talk up about this. So I kind of feel like, whatever things may happen behind the scenes sometimes slip and maybe are coming to light here. I'm not too sure. Swaggle did a great breakdown video of it. I recommend everybody go in and check it out on his channel. I'm sure everybody knows who Swaggle is. He was a guest here not too long ago as well.
Was he?
Yeah,
Aw.
absolutely. Mickey's a
Cool,
gem.
cool. He is.
But
That's good.
yeah, so he broke it down, did a great video. I think it's about a 9-minute video, so it's not too much time. But if you guys have the opportunity, check it out. Look into this matter, and if anyone hears anything, definitely hit me up. I'll definitely see if I can put out some updates as well. I know that the 99 Newsstand on Instagram is the one who actually brought awareness to this, so keep an eye out on his
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah, but
Good
yeah,
stuff.
that is the big news within the comic community. Laura, we did it. That was the show.
This was so much fun. This was so chill. This
Not
was
so bad.
Yeah, loved it. This was so much fun. So we have the giveaway though. Do you want to do something with the live chat?
Do you want me to just announce to everybody that I won? Is that what we're not doing? I thought that's what we were gonna do. Yeah, hold on. I'm actually gonna
We
set up
had
the
such a good chat, like I feel like we should give it to somebody out there. Guys, if you didn't see earlier, we were to give away the Carla Cohen Crave #1 exclusive that we did. This is obviously, if you are Torchy fans out there, an homage to Torchy #1.
Yes,
So yeah, I think we should give it to somebody in the
absolutely. So what I'm gonna need from you, Laura, is pick a hashtag for everybody in this chat to start dropping in the comment section right now in the live chat, and I will do a live draw for everybody.
All right, let's just keep it simple. Do #crave with a C. CRAVE. #crave.
Let's do it. So, guys, everybody here in the chat, do #crave, and we are going to give this book away from Birdcity, which I cannot stress it enough. Best in the game when it comes to exclusives, and you guys should all be checking them out. And of course, Laura, you guys have text messages, right? Don't you guys have messages and stuff like that for updates?
Yeah, so this is important, guys. I want you to know this. We send out like an alert whenever we drop a book. So, for example, the Moon Man book that sold out, if you were on our text line, you get an alert like about a minute or so before the book actually goes live. So you have time to get onto the site. It gives you like a little bit of a head start. You definitely want to be subbed to that. You just go to our Instagram. You can see how to follow. You just text exclusive to a phone number. But here's the kicker. I don't even know if I should tell people this, but I do anyway. If you guys respond to those text messages, they go directly to mine and Anthony's cell phones.
Oh.
So I get all these responses, and some of them are fantastic. Some of them are just, yeah, but it's a direct line to us because it's important that you guys know that every book we put out, we take a lot of pride. We know there's a lot of people out there doing this, so we appreciate people that are loyal to Birdcity and stick with us. But yeah, you have a direct line to us when you respond to that.
Yep. I just want to make sure. I saw JF put the @crave, and okay, he corrected himself, so we've got the hashtag. We are good on that end. It's good to know that it gets back to you guys on the cell phones. I'll make sure to subscribe just to bug you.
Yeah, honestly, if you're just like, "Hi, Laura," I would see it. But it goes to our phones, and then it goes to our warehouse manager. So if anybody has issues or whatever, we're able to kind of address them as they're happening in real time, because it's important to us. We want to be really good with customer service. We want people to know that we're here.
But unfortunately, I think a lot of shops today forget about that customer service is key, and the fact that you guys are willing to go above and beyond speaks volumes. So good on you guys.
Oh, it's incredibly important. So
Yep.
important.
All right, so hold on. I saw a hashtag Carlos. K-pop is coming in. K-pop, if you want, just hashtag crave and thank me later. Just do it.
Yeah,
all right.
you guys, if you're not familiar with Carla Cohen, these are done. She does oil paintings. That's an oil painting.
Yep.
I wanted to get the OA, but it was just too much. But
All
she's
right, so
incredible.
I'm seeing the entries come in. We're currently sitting at 14 entries, which is not too shabby. Not too shabby. There you
Nice.
go. Okay, she got it in. She got it in. So now we're up. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna share the screen so everybody can see it live, and we will do this giveaway. Now, Laura, there's quite a few Canadians in here, so you might have to learn the exchange very shortly if a
I'll
Canadian
handle
wins.
it. I'll do it. I got this. I can handle Canadians. I got it.
There you go. But all right, let's do this. Guys, you see the screen? Let's do it. We're going to do the draw in 3, 2, best of luck, 1. Let's see who
Oh, that's
wins
always
it.
makes me nervous. I get so nervous.
All right, let's go. Oh, wait, I forgot the hashtag. Here we
Oh, another
go.
one just
Oh,
came in.
gear up. It's coming a munchie. Oh, baby. Here we go. There you go.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Gentlemen, absolute gem. Guys, if you need your books pressed or clean, definitely check out Gear Up and go see some of his unboxing videos. He's doing some great things. So yeah, there you go. Laura, that's it. This was the final episode of the weekly comic wrap-up for 2023. Guys, I will be back January 7th with Red Hood, who you can see on Nearing Nirvana. Yes, he's there doing his thing. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again for hopping on.
Yeah, this was an absolute blast. I had such a good time. It's so neat to see names from other shows that I'm on hopping into the chat. It really does feel like a really nice community, and I appreciate all of you guys for tuning out in tonight. Whoever won, gear up. Make sure that you DM at Birdcity Comics. I'm going to need your shipping information. I'll need your email so you can have tracking, blah, blah, blah. So do that for me, and I'll take care of it tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you for having me. This was just an absolute blast. I hope I can come back one day.
Absolutely. We will definitely have you back, and I hope to even, collaborate with you on other future projects, whether it's Nearing Nirvana, whatever it may be.
Oh, you're going to be on Nearing Nirvana doing something embarrassing because you're going to lose the bet. I can feel it. You are going to lose 1.4.
I was hoping you were going to forget.
No.
You were one of those like on Price is Right where you bid by like $1 over. That's pretty much what you did. That's all you did.
You went lower than I thought. I actually thought you were going to say 1.5, so I was prepared to say 1.6, but
now I'm going to ask you. You said you would take down a picture frame to put up a slab. Would you sell your home and everything you own for that book?
Yes.
There you go. That is a true nerd at heart, and an awesome night with you here. I greatly appreciate it, Laura. Thank you again, guys. Yeah. Like I said, I'll be back on January 7th, but in the meantime, from now till then, I'll be dropping a lot of pre-records and maybe even do a surprise live show out of the blue. So keep an eye out for that. It is holiday season, tons of stuff that we could give away. So that's the show. Laura, thank you again. Chat, thank you all for being here. Gear Up, congratulations to you on winning that awesome book. I know he loves covers like that too. So that is just a big win for him. Yep.
Perfect.
But guys, that's it. I wish you all a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, happy anything that you are celebrating. This is the time to be with your loved ones. You got to love them all the time, but definitely enjoy the time off the holiday season. That being said, that's it. Laura, Happy New Year to you. Happy holidays. And I will see you hopefully soon when I win the $1.4 million bet.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.